Good morning and welcome inside the Spectrum Paint pregame show. It is an exciting championship Saturday morning. We started off with 20 teams and we've whittled it down all the way to 3. Carbon ALA will have the first matchup today, and the winner will go on to face Juan Diego in the championship game. We want to welcome all the friends and family members of the players and coaches that are watching. And it's been an awesome weekend of baseball here inside the doTERRA field at UCCU ballpark at the campus of Utah Valley University. So again, we've got an exciting Consolation championship game for you today. It'll be Carbon and ALA, and these kids are ready to go. It's going to be a quick pregame show. We're ready to get into baseball. Chet Anderson's going to lead things off for the Dinos. And the Eagles have their ace Cuthill on the mound, and he is available for all things pitching today. First pitch outside, and we are underway. For those that didn't catch the ALA game last night, the Eagles overcame a 2-run deficit in the top of the 7th, scored 3 runs, and then held Juab scoreless in the bottom half for the victory. So a comeback win. ALA's won every game in this tournament by 1 run. And Chet's going to put one into shallow left center, and it is going to get down for a base hit. Anderson on his way to second, and he'll lead things off for Carbon with a stand-up double.
Great start there for Carbon with a leadoff double. Chet Anderson taking that pitch going the opposite way.
We've got Chris Kessler and Dylan Smith for you on the call today. And now the batter will be the shortstop, number 8, Rylan Hart. This one in the air to shallow center, but it's going to get down. Anderson's going to go for third. Throw goes over there, but there's no one around. And Anderson's going to score on a, it's hard to call that a throwing error because Thornton made a great throw, but no one was there to cover the bag.
Yeah. Guess the one thing you got to look for before you throw it is there somebody there to catch it.
There. Thornton made an unbelievable play from center last night to keep Juab from tying the game potentially in the bottom of the 7th. So Hart with a single, and the Dinos already on the board in this one. This is Keaton Rich. Both these teams were taken out by Juan Diego on the Soaring Eagles' chance, or fight rather, to the championship game. So Juan Diego is the team to beat, obviously, undefeated in the tournament so far. Rich ahead here, 2-0. That pitch, called strike on the outside corner. Swing, foul tip. Now the count's even at 2-2. ALA, an interesting fact is, in all the games they've won, have won by just 1 run. They beat Manti 8-7, then Delta 2-1, fell to Juan Diego 8-4, and then they beat Grantsville 4-1, so they were won by 3 in that game, but then beat Juab 6-5. So for the most part, it's been extremely close games for the Eagles. Rich continues to foul pitches off. Carbon beat Juab 6-4 in the first game on Thursday morning, then fell to Juan Diego 14-6 yesterday to get into this consolation game. Throw goes back to second, not in time. So this is the 4th game in 3 days for ALA and the 3rd game in 3 days for the Dinos. That one's just foul past the 3rd base. Pretty good at bat here from Ridge. He's seen a lot of pitches, fouled off a number. This one's going to be in fair territory. Hawley's there. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Cut Hill wins the battle. And now the cleanup hitter will be the first baseman, Wyatt Falk. First pitch to Falk, in there for a strike. Runner's going to take off, and the throw was good, but it gets past Hayward at third. And fortunately for ALA, Ryland Hart didn't recognize it very quickly, and he's going to have to stay on third base. So 1-1 the count to Falk. Runner on third now. Curveball catches the outside corner for strike 2. That one's going to get past Ward, and Hart will come in and score easily. And the Dinos taking advantage of a couple of miscues by ALA. Both runs have come in to score, now off of a throwing error and a wild pitch. And the Dinos lead at 2-0. This one's going to be fouled off.
You just have to wonder, Dylan, if ALA is just a little tired from all the games they played. They don't look real sharp right now.
Well, I talked to their coaches, and they said their guys are ready, and they're excited about the opportunity today, but they did mention that the fatigue of playing 3 games in 2 days as Falk grounds out to Hayward at third. So I think that's definitely part of it.
It does take its toll. You know, that many games, your body's a little bit tired, you're just not as fresh as normal, and, you know, it's easy to be just, you know, a little bit off.
Well, the other thing is those guys played at the last game last night, and so we got done here after 10 o'clock. And so that's you're talking about a less than 12-hour turnaround to sleep and eat and twice. And
yeah, that's a good point, Dylan. Play that game last night, go get something to eat, go to bed, get up this morning, get breakfast, and you're right back in the ballpark.
Exactly, because these guys were here well before 9 o'clock. On the ground to short. Nelson gloves it, and the toss in time to get out Ridge Nelson. So after a pair of runs, Cuthill retires the next 3 batters, but the Eagles will trail by 2 as we head to the bottom of the first here on ETV.
We have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local J Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies. in your everyday help,
in those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
With made-to-go deli items, including its world-famous pizza, locally owned and operated BK Stop and Shop in Huntington serves the community with a smile. BK's has long been a gathering place for locals and travelers alike, offering the most basic of snacks to a delicious plate of shrimp. Fill up your vehicle with at least 10 gallons of Sinclair fuel and get a stamp on BK's frequent fueler card toward a free pizza. BK's also offers a catering service for your company party or town festival. BK's is located at 506 Main Street in Huntington.
Leading things off for ALA here in the bottom of the first will be number 4, Braden Johnson, the second baseman, followed by number 9, Dason Cuthill, and number 18, Ethan Ward. Bovia will take the mound for Carbon, and he delivers a first pitch strike. Second pitch just misses for ball 1. Carbon's been in this situation before. Last year, the Dinos had to fight all the way through the consolation bracket, made it to championship Saturday. Won the first 2 games to force a winner-take-all game, as this one's hit on the ground to Hart, who has it and throws it in time for the out.
Ball was sharply hit by Braden Johnson there, but just right at the shortstop.
So Carbon forced a winner-take-all game against the eventual champions Grantsville Cowboys, and then came up short in the last game. So Carbon's been here before. A lot of these players have been here before. In fact, Bovia was an integral part in making it all the way to that final game on the mound. So a lot of experience on the Dinos side.
And Villa's looking really sharp to start off this game.
And so much of this game is delivering strikes, getting ahead in the counts, and that's something that the Dinos really struggled doing yesterday, and it showed in the run scored by Juan Diego. And that was a point of emphasis with Coach Cisneros when I talked to him earlier this morning.
Yeah, those walks really hurt him yesterday in that game against Juan Diego.
That's strike 2.
He is looking like he's got pretty good command of his pitches right here, hitting his spots pretty well.
And that'll be strike 3, a pure soil strikeout for Bovia, and Cuthill will go down swinging. Now the batter will be number 18, Ethan Ward. He's been the Eagle catcher. And he'll swing at the first pitch and foul it off into left field.
So far, these batters seem just a little bit late on that fastball from Villa, so they got to time him a little bit better.
Second pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
Little change of pace there from Villa, trying to mix up his speeds, keep those batters a little off balance.
Back to the fastball and on the ground to Hart. And Villa will retire the side in order. 1, 2, 3, they go. And Carbon will take a 2-run lead as we head to the second here on ETV.
The men and women of Nielsen Construction pride themselves in taking care of their customers wherever and whenever they are needed. They provide service in the fields of heavy excavation, road construction, concrete operations, crane operations, welding, and much more. Their trucking division provides coal service hauling for area coal mines, and their fleet of heavy hauling transports provides overside load transportation for a long list of customers who need material delivered safely and on time. Nielsen Construction is locally owned and a proud supporter of the athletic departments in Carbon, Emery, and Grand County. No matter the size of the project, Nielsen Construction has the experience, equipment, and manpower to get the job done.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
When picking the right orthodontist, there are many things to consider. Is it affordable? Are there payment plans? And do they specialize in children orthodontic care? Castle Valley Orthodontics has interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Specializing in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models, Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon, Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon, Emery County coming in to see us.
First pitch to Jacob Vasquez is in there for a called strike. It'll be Vasquez, O'Neill, Villa due up 1-2-3 for the Dinos here in the top of the second. Cuthill gave up a leadoff double and a single in the first, and then those runners came around to score eventually. But after that settled in, this one on the ground to second, and it's going to get off Fleener's leg. And Vasquez will be aboard safely.
Don't know if that ball took a little strange bounce right there, but almost looked like the pitcher had a chance to get it. Got under his glove, and I don't know if that obscured the view of the second baseman, but the ball seemed to get on him a little quicker than he expected.
ALA's played really good defense from what I've seen in this tournament, and I think I agree with you, Chris. They don't look as sharp as they have in the past. The scorer here is going to call that an E4. And now the batter will be number 22. Excuse me, Dallin O'Neill. He's looking to bunt. And now pulls back, strike one.
ALA brought that third baseman way in, and if he straightened up and swung at that, it was could be pretty scary for the third baseman there.
No doubt. I mean, he was what, 10 feet away at the most? Down the third base line, but foul.
You know, I used to play fast pitch softball, and that was a very common thing in fast pitch. The batter would square to draw those corners in and then square back and swing away. And boy, it was always scary if you're playing those corner positions.
Did they wear masks?
No.
Not generally. This umpire has a very interesting strikeout call. Have to keep an eye on it. O'Neill goes down on strikes. That's the first strikeout by Cuthill.
You know, every umpire has a little bit of their own style for how they call things. And this guy calls the pitches very quickly. Some of them, you know, there'll be a little delay. The ball's in the catcher's mitt, and you have to wait and see what he says. But
delayed still. Throw offline. We've seen Carbon use that a couple times this tournament. Still in with the catcher. Actually, this is probably Molinar's been coming in. Peyton Molinar's been coming in to pinch run for Vasquez, so take that back. On the ground to third. Hayward has it and throws it in time to get out Villa.
Very good play there, third baseman George Haywood. Looked that runner back to second and then made that throw to first to make sure that runner couldn't advance.
So now the 9-hitter, Braxton Henry, will come up with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
Braxton did a great job last night in that 9 spot for Carbon. Really got him pumped up with the RBI double in that second inning last night.
Yeah, went opposite field down the right field line. And for a second, I thought Cuddiel just threw it into center field.
He threw it slow enough that he gave a shortstop time to get there and catch it, but you got to remember, you don't have to make that throw when you fake the second.
Called strike 1. This one is going to be on the ground. Nelson has it, and the throw will be in time.
Strong inning for ALA there.
Cudhill pitches around the leadoff error and has settled in. He pitches a scoreless frame, and we'll head to the bottom of the second with ALA coming up. It'll be Nelson, Hansen, and Thornton due up for the Eagles when we come back.
Pain doesn't have to slow you down. Ditch the drugs and nasty side effects that go with them. There's a fast, safe, and proven effective non-drug option for pain relief.
AlphaSim's a handheld medical device that's FDA cleared that allows us to treat your pain, but it also allows us to treat your brain for anxiety, insomnia, and depression. It's easy to use at home and works immediately. There's no lasting side effects and no risk of addiction.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back. Jager Nelson will dig in. And Villa delivers a strike.
Villa looked really sharp in that first inning, and if he can keep that going, this will really bode well for Carbon today.
Both these teams hoping to play 3 games today and win all 3. Check swing, he went. Appealed down to first. And so both of them would love to have their pitchers go as deep as possible into this game. Anderson charging in, and he'll make the play.
Playing first base, number 28, Skylar Hansen.
So far, Villa's been able to get 3 groundouts and a strikeout, so nobody putting the ball in the air off of him yet.
Just
as I say that,
gets into right center and past Nilsson all the way to the wall. Thornton's going to round second. This is Hansen, sorry.
That ball's
Hansen.
getting away.
And he's going to be held up. He might have had a chance to score.
Yeah, I think if they don't slow him down, that relay, the throw to hit the relay man was wide. Went into shallow left field, but the runner holds up at third.
So Skylar Hansen, a 1-out triple. And now it'll be the center fielder, Zane Thornton.
Skyler went right after that first pitch that time. That's good preparation when you're not batting, watching the opposing pitcher, seeing how he starts off hitters before you, and having a good guess what pitch you might see.
On the ground, Hart has it. Run's going to score. And Thornton will get an RBI ground out.
Great job by Thornton to just hit that ball back up the middle. Any ground ball to the shortstop, second baseman is going to bring that run in. So he did his job there.
2 down in the inning. The Eagles are on the board now. George Haywood in the batter's box. And you talk about preparation. V has been ahead in a lot of these counts, so when you come up to the plate, you're expecting to see a strike.
And I think that's kind of what Skylar Hansen was ready for. Yeah, he saw that first pitch strike to every batter and thought, okay, I'm ready to hit it. And he got a pitch he could handle and drove that to right center.
One and two the count now to Haywood. Haywood batting .222 on the year. And the pitch lifted high in the air. Falk's going to call for it, and he'll make the catch. So the Eagles get one off the Skylar Hansen triple, and then Thornton RBI ground out. They've pulled within one as we head to the third with Carbon on top.
Digital cable is a classic. But if you're not enjoying more streaming video services, you're missing out. Emory Telecom has the e-fiber internet speeds and reliable Wi-Fi you need for flawless video streaming from all the latest services on all your devices. Whether you want to enhance your streaming options or connect with maximum bandwidth, Emory Telecom's got a sweet plan to make everyone happy. Call or visit emerytelecom.com now to upgrade for just $10 more per month.
And welcome back to the top of the third we go here on Championship Saturday. We've got Carbon and ALA, and the Dinos lead at 2-1. And we'll be back at the top of the order with Chet Anderson, Ryland Hart, and Keaton Rich. First pitch, hard hit ball over to second. Johnson, that is. Johnson has it, and he makes the play.
Just like that, one pitch, one out. Pitcher Cuthill won't mind that.
Cuthill, after giving up that single to Hart back in the first, has retired several in a row. If you take away that error, I mean, he's pitched really well. He's settled in.
Yeah, he has settled in. First two batters got hits, and then, like you say, other than the one error, nobody's reached base.
That hit hard. We saw once in this tournament where a batter leaned into a pitch, and they called that a ball. Can't lean into a pitch, but Hart looked like he made an effort of sorts to get out of the way.
Yeah, well, he didn't make much of an effort, but enough that the umpire would respect it.
Yeah, that was the air quotes, was made an effort. He knows how to get on base.
It was just a slow curveball, so he knew it wasn't going to hurt him, so just turned his head a little and took it off the helmet.
So hit batter puts Hart on the base pass. Rich is going to foul one off, but out of play. And Hart's a dangerous guy. He's already... Did he still third? I'm trying to remember how he...
He did have a stolen base from second to third in
Yeah.
that first inning.
Pretty savvy, high IQ guy. Rich down here, 0-2. Seems like all tournament those umpires have really liked the outside corner.
Especially when the breaking ball's there. They give the benefit of the doubt to the pitcher on those.
Hart's on the move, and Rich
Well
gets
hit.
a hold of one. And that's gone. Keaton Rich will touch them all. And the Dinos take a 3-run lead.
How exciting is that in the state tournament in a ballpark like this to take one out to left? He got all of that pitch. Really turned on it well.
Rich, the center fielder, you wouldn't know it by his frame, but he's got some pop to his bat. And he showed it off there. That's his second homer of the year. Now that was impressive. First pitch to Falk, in there for a strike.
Well, good job by Cuthill there. After giving up the home run, he doesn't back down, comes right in with fastball for a strike.
And now 2. Wyatt Falk swinging, backhanded play at third, but offline.
Very good play by the third baseman to come up with that ball. Throw was just a little inside the base, and the first baseman tried to stretch and reach as far as he could, but just couldn't quite glove it.
That was a great play by Haywood over at third. But the throw just a little offline and hard to handle for Hansen. Now Ridge Nilsson will dig in. He grounded out to short his first time up. And Wyatt Falk was on the move there. Foul ball though. Carbon's been putting on the hit and run. In fact, that 2-run home run by Rich, Hart was on the move.
Sometimes as a hitter, having that hit and run, you know you're going to swing at it, and it just gets you in an attitude that you're going to attack that ball. And then Keaton Rich got a pitch that he could really drive, and
he turned on it. That thing never slowed down, just kept sailing over until it finally went over the wall. And the left field fence where it went over is a lot higher than the rest of the ballpark. Count 3-1. And Nelson will walk. And now there's 2 runners on. Jacob Vasquez will now come up to the plate.
Vasquez reached on an error to second baseman his first at bat. Ground ball here up the middle might be able to turn 2 if you're ALA.
And it is up the middle. Over to second. Not in time to first. In time. So a long 6-4-3 out.
Runner got a good jump there going to second, was able to beat the throw and prevent that double play. But good job by LA by continuing to turn it and get the out at first.
That was Ridge Nelson that got a really good jump and saved the inning for Dallin O'Neill, as he now has a chance with 2 runners in scoring position. And if nothing else, you put a little bit more pitcher and pressure on Cuthill and the Eagles.
I think it's really important to ALA here if they want to stay in this game to keep these runners from scoring and get this third out. A base hit here scoring 2 more could really be trouble for ALA.
Hard hit ball, but Nelson has it, and the throw is not in time as Villa legs it out. Let's take another look on your J and Auto replay.
Yeah, the shortstop bobbled the ball and then picked it back up and made the throw, but runner able to beat it out.
What do you see, Chris?
Well, I don't know. On replay, I'd say he's probably out, huh?
And yeah, that's might be a break for Carbon. Runner comes in and scores. It's 5-1. And Villa takes off. Throw's going to go home. And in time.
Interesting play there.
I want to see if he snuck his hand in before the tag. I think he did.
Did his hand touch the base or go by the side? It looked like he was in there to me. Looked like
That's
that
what
hand
I thought
was
too. That was
right
a pretty
in there
good
on the
slide
plate.
by Nelson. But maybe that's a tit for tat almost, where Carbon got a call in the earlier and ends up with an extra run.
They do kind of even out over time, don't they?
To the bottom half will go. Carbon on top, 5-1.
At Auto Farm Price Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm has a huge selection of vehicles to choose from at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle is at Auto Farm. If they don't have what you're looking for, they'll find it for you. Find all the great deals and all their inventory online at PriceChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it happen for you.
Have a home improvement project? Don't go over the hill. Stop by Magnuson Lumber in Castledale for the tools and expertise you need. Whether it's a new coat of paint in the living room or building your dream home, Magnuson has the supplies you need to get the job done. Our friendly, well-trained staff will help you with any project, and we'll deliver to both Emery and Carbon counties. Visit Magnuson Lumber at 495 East Main in Castledale.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Welcome back. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Eagles. Jason Hawley, the batter, followed by Austin Smalley and Braden Johnson. First pitch swinging, and Hawley takes it opposite field for a base knock.
Both hits for ALA today have come on the first pitch. Hitters being aggressive and kind of scouting the pitcher and seeing what he's liking to throw on that first pitch.
The Eagles were able to score 1 run off of 1 hit. Of course, it was a triple, so a little different. But starting off with a leadoff runner aboard is always a good thing, as they try to climb out of a 4-run deficit, rather.
I mean, Villa has looked really sharp on the mound, but perhaps he's being a little too predictable on what he's throwing on that first pitch, and ALA's picking up on that and ready to hit it.
He's mostly come with a fastball. Villa continues to attack and gets a first pitch strike. This is Austin Smalley, the DH. Runner's going to take off. Vasquez has an arm, and he's going to get him easily. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that ball didn't get up far enough away from the catcher for the runner to risk it. Great job by Vasquez there, blocking that pitch and then making that good throw.
And that's just one of those mental mistakes that you really can't make. Trailing by 4, and you've had a hard time putting runners on base. That pitch misses. 2-2 now the count.
It's one of the few pitches that we've really seen get away from Villa. Otherwise, he's been pretty close to his location and his intended location on every pitch. Ninth hitter here, you don't want to lose him. You want to pitch to him and make him earn his way on.
Villa throws a fastball right over the heart, and all Smalley can do is foul it off. Three-two pitch misses outside, and the ninth hitter walks. How different would this inning be now? Talking about that caught stealing.
Yeah, we'd have first and second, no outs. So
pinch runner comes in, number 13. That's Morgan.
Braden Johnson grounded out shortstop, his first at bat. He hit the ball real sharply that last time up, just happened to be right at the shortstop. So
there it is. That time, oh, Hart, nice play.
Great play by Hart, diving, laying out, and getting the force at second.
That looked like a single all the way, and Hart made an amazing dive to get the fielder's choice. Even the PA announcer wanted to mention that play.
Well, that just really pumps you up when one of your teammates does that. State tournament, big game, and makes a big play.
This one does get away from Vasquez. Morgan's going to move up. Oh, sorry, this is Johnson.
Well, you got a runner scoring position here. A clutch two out here could bring one in for LA and closing up this gap.
Two balls, no strikes. And Villa throws it outside.
He is starting to lose command of that strike zone a little bit here, these last few batters.
Do you feel like he's releasing the ball late on the fastball, trying to throw it a little too hard?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but he's not missing, you know, by a mile. He's just not consistently getting enough strikes in there.
So a walk to Cuthill puts runners on first and second. There are two outs. And the batter will be number 18, Ethan Ward. Ward, a dangerous hitter, 4-15 on the year. Now you're getting into dangerous territory with the middle of the order. I think that's part of the reason for this conference on the mound. Coach Cisneros trying to settle down his guys and willing to get one more out.
Yeah, the good news is you got 2 outs here, and runners first and second. You go any base here on the infield. And maybe he just, kind of wants to let the pitcher have a moment to rest and kind of regroup his thoughts and come back strong.
This is interesting. They're giving a lot of room down the right field line to the left field or left-handed hitter.
Ethan grounded out shortstop his first at bat, so maybe he's prone to go the opposite way with the ball here.
Yeah, the outfielders have shifted left.
They are playing him like a right-handed hitter, aren't they?
And 2 straight balls. Did he call that a strike? He didn't, right?
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so either, but
the scoreboard shows 1-1, but I thought it was 0-2 or 2-0.
Hard hit ball into right field. That's in for a base hit. 1 run will score. Throw's going to go to Falk. There'll be runners on the corners.
Clutch 2-out hit there by Ethan Ward. Got ahead in the count, got a pitch he could handle, and drove that to right field for the RBI. And good base running by Cuthill to advance to third on the hit as well.
Courtesy runner first base for the Eagles, number 8, Gavin Lazenby. Now batting the shortstop, number 14, Jager Nelson.
So
earlier in the game, Villa was able to get ahead of the count on these hitters, and now he's starting to fall behind on the counts.
Jager Nelson now the batter, a .359 hitter. And he'll hit one right back up the middle into center field. Another base hit and another run will score.
And another first pitch hit from ALA today.
Yeah, how much of that is playing into Villa falling behind batters because he's really attacking guys, and then they started to hit that first pitch.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. He was struggling to find strikes, and so he's just trying to get that first pitch over, and batter was geared up and ready.
Again, a first pitch hit. Hansen gets a hold of it deep into center, but Rich is there to make the play. The Eagles get 2 back and trail 5-3 as we head to the 4th here on ETV.
We have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local Jane Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
With made-to-go deli items, including its world-famous pizza, locally owned and operated BK Stop & Shop in Huntington serves the community with a smile. BK's has long been a gathering place for locals and travelers alike, offering the most basic of snacks to a delicious plate of shrimp. Fill up your vehicle with at least 10 gallons of Sinclair fuel and get a stamp on BK's frequent fueler card toward a free pizza. BK's also offers a catering service for your company party or town festival. BK's is located at 506 Main Street in Huntington.
Bo Villa not on the mound anymore. He's at the batter's box as we start the top of the fourth. The first pitch was inside for a ball. And the second pitch on the ground to Nelson. And that throws wide.
Again, we're seeing ALA just a little bit off on their defense today. A few bobbles, a few bad throws, and they're kind of opening the door for Carbon.
They really are. That's now the 5th error of the game. And we all know how critical those can be, especially in a winner go home game.
Braxton's done a good job hitting this tournament, but I think we're looking at a bunt here. Well, he squares and then turns back and hits it.
And there Thornton is playing shallow and it works out again.
And again, that's a real scary play for the third baseman. He came charging hard, and then after Henry squared, he turned back around and swung away.
ALA and Juan Diego have been playing pretty shallow in the outfield for the majority of the tournament. And it paid off for the Eagles there. We're going to take a few steps back for Anderson.
And I think sometimes that's recognizing the hitter and the size of the hitter and realizing that Henry's not a power hitter, so you can play him a little shallower.
Anderson hits one on a line.
Strongly hit.
And that's going to get over Fleener's head. He came in, and the ball just kept sailing.
Little misjudgment there. Took a couple steps in and then tried to turn and go back and lost his footing.
And Villa had a pinch runner. Let's see, that was, I don't have him on. I'll look him up. Skylar Madden scored from first.
Great hit by Chet Anderson. Jumping on that pitch, hitting a hard line drive, and then a little misjudgment by the right fielder. Not sure he would have got it if he'd not come in, but might have had a play on it.
This is Rylan Hart. In foul territory goes Hansen, and he makes the catch. Anderson's going to stay put, and there's now 2 down. Yeah, that was a great hit by Anderson on the triple. We've seen 2 triples now today in this game. And now Keaton Rich will come up to the plate. He hit a 2-run home run his last time up. And he hits it hard. Nelson has it, and a nice stretch over at first will make the out. The Dinos get one off the Chet Anderson triple and will take a 3-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
The men and women of Nielsen Construction pride themselves in taking care of their customers wherever and whenever they are needed. They provide service in the fields of heavy excavation, road construction, concrete operations, crane operations, welding, and much more. Their trucking division provides coal service hauling for area coal mines, and their fleet of heavy hauling transports provides oversized load transportation for a long list of customers who need material delivered safely and on time. Nielsen Construction is locally owned and a proud supporter of the athletic departments in Carbon, Emery, and Grand County. No matter the size of the project, Nielsen Construction has the experience, equipment, and manpower to get the job done.
The Dinos lead at 6-3 as we gear up for the bottom of the 4th. Carbon scored 1 run off 1 hit and 1 error. in the top half. And now Zane Thornton, the center fielder, will dig in and foul one off.
Again, a good swing on the first pitch there. They've kind of figured Bo out a little bit here. The first time through the order, Bo looked really good. Second time through the order, he struggled a little bit, and I think part of that is he's been missing his spots, but part of it's the ALA batters, having seen him once, are a little more prepared and a little ready to step in there.
They have a better game plan going in. That one fair down the left field line. Thornton's going to head towards second. And the throw is close. Oh,
boy.
Wow.
Close play there at second. Great job by left fielder to get that ball in and fire to second base.
That's Nelson in left field, and we were kind of blocked with the umpire out there, but I thought, that was a bang play.
The umpire was in good position right there, but I really think that call could have gone either way.
So as it stands, it'll be a leadoff double. And honestly, I didn't think there was any chance initially. You've got your center fielder up with a lot of speed.
And that ball being right down the line and left, there's just a great job to hustle to the ball and make a good throw into second.
Great job by Ridge Nilsson in left. Pitch misses low to number 0, George Haywood. Just off, jammed him, but...
A little jam shot, but they just can't quite get to it.
Yeah, luckily for Haywood, it went foul.
Yeah, when you're a batter and hit one of those, you're just hoping nobody can catch it.
1 ball, 1 strike. And a balk.
Timeout called by the batter.
Okay, sorry. We've seen so many balks this week, and I'm like, another one. Here we go. Like, he didn't even move out there. Okay. I just saw the umpire point. In the air, shallow right. Coming in is O'Neill. He dives, it gets past him. Rich has a long run. Thornton's going to score easily, and Haywood will be aboard at second.
You're the right fielder in that situation. You kind of either got to make an effort and go dive for it, or hold up and take it out of bounds and give the hit. The thing you got to remember when you're right fielder, you don't have anybody backing you up. It's a long run for the center fielder, so anything that gets by you there, it's going to be extra bases.
There's still no outs. You played outfield in college. With nobody out, would you rather just keep it in front of you, or are you trying to go and be aggressive?
Well, you know, maybe with 2 outs, you're aggressive trying to get that 3rd out. But, yeah, with no outs, you normally want to play that more conservative. Step back, give up the single, keep the runners first and second.
Quick 2 strikes to Hawley, but Haywood's going to advance. So now a runner on 3rd and still nobody out. 6-4 the score. There's a lot of fight in this ALA team. Again, the Eagles trailed 2 runs in the last inning, facing elimination, and scored 3 to advance to this game. And the second run came with 2 outs. Their second and third runs came with 2 outs. Foul tip.
Going back to that play in the outfield, usually when the ball's in a gap, it's good for one of the fielders to make an effort and dive for it and try to catch it, because you know you've got the other fielder backing you right up, and so if you miss it, there's really no consequence. But when the ball's hit right at you or towards the line, making a diving effort, you're really solo. You're all on your own.
swing and a miss. Big Pierce Oil strikeout for Villa there, just his second of the day. And now the batter will be number 6, Austin Smalley. He walked in his first plate appearance. And he's going to be aboard again down the right field line. He's looking for 2. 1 run will score, and Smalley will have the third double of the inning.
And ALA is just battling their way back into this game.
It's now 6-5. Smalley did not get a lot on that ball, but went with it and put it in a good spot.
Yeah, you're right about that, Dylan. Just a little inside-out swing and a soft liner down the right field line that just well placed.
And now we're going back to the top of the order. And a big swing and a miss by Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice. That really should have been a hit, but Ryland Hart made a diving stop.
Yeah, so both his hits have been, just the shortstop side of second base. One of them right at the shortstop. One was towards the middle, and like you say, was a great play to rob him of a hit.
Yeah, I wonder how far Chad Anderson's going to move back to second. You haven't really seen the shift move down into the high school level yet. But
you kind of have one here, don't you? You got the second baseman playing right behind the bag. Shortstop in his normal position.
Well, Anderson's going to move back towards second when the pitch is made.
Batter stepped out, called time.
Carbon does some interesting things when the guy's on second. They'll kind of change things up as far as if the shortstop or second baseman's covering behind, and they'll try to make him uncomfortable back there. The Dinos, a team that you would imagine have practiced several pickoff moves. They've picked off a batter in this tournament and thrown out several. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the third pitch is high and inside.
A base hit here could tie the game up for ALA.
Called strike 2. Another time called.
Little count mask game here between the pitcher and the batter on this 2-2 pitch.
Right back up the middle. Another diving stop by Anderson. And that keeps the runner in at third.
Great play by Anderson. Even though he didn't stop the hit, he kept the ball in the infield and prevented that run from scoring.
Johnson has gone in that same spot all 3 times.
He's hit the ball, right back just the shortstop side of second base twice, and once right at the shortstop.
That'll put runners on the corners, just 1 out. And Coach Cisneros is coming out.
This will be his second visit of the game. Came out once last inning. Looks like he might just be talking to him about the situation, and
You got Dason Cuthill coming to the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat and then walked in the second. And we're going to see a pitching change. And I think it's going to be Dallin O'Neill. So O'Neill and Villa will switch spots. Oh, now Rich is coming in. Okay, so no, Nelson's going to play right. Villa will play left. Rich will stay in center, and it'll be Dallin O'Neill on the mound. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
When picking the right orthodontist, there are many things to consider. Is it affordable? Are there payment plans? And do they specialize in children orthodontic care? Castle Valley Orthodontics has interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Specializing in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models, Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
Pain doesn't have to slow you down. Ditch the drugs and nasty side effects that go with them. There's a fast, safe, and proven effective non-drug option for pain relief.
AlphaSim's a handheld medical device that's FDA cleared that allows us to treat your pain, but it also allows us to treat your brain for anxiety, insomnia, and depression. It's easy to use at home and works immediately. There's no lasting side effects and no risk of addiction.
So it will be the senior Dallin O'Neill who will take over with runners on the corners and just one out, his team leading by 1. And O'Neill has put forth a solid effort on the mound this season.
15 innings and 15 strikeouts, so 1 per inning, which is pretty good ratio, and 6 walks.
He comes in a big spot here. Tying run on third, just 1 out. The Dinos would love a double play. And the Eagles are sending a hot batter to the plate in Dason Cuthill, one of their better hitters. Runner goes, and this one's in the air. There's going to be room, but not enough time for Wyatt Falk, who makes a diving effort.
Good hustle there. Gave everything he could try and get to that ball. Just a little out of his reach. Cuthill has struck out and walked today and scored a run that second time following his walk.
Yeah, he's hitting .458 on the year. Pitch outside, ball 1.
Cuthill all the way back in that box. His back foot's almost on the line.
Oh, nice move by O'Neill, but now the run's going to score, and everyone will be safe. He completely forgot about the runner at third. And at that point, he should have just got an out.
Exactly. At that point, go ahead and get the out, give up the run. Then you got 2 outs and nobody on, and this, you know.
Wow.
But, or quickly take a step at him and then get that runner on third. So
that's the first real big mental mistake we've seen from Carbon today. It was a great pickoff move. So Smalley comes around to score. Johnson will now take over at second.
Well, the runner had taken off from first before the pitcher recognized it, and he steps off the mound and had the runner down, but spent a little too much time chasing that runner, forgetting about the runner going home.
This one into left field. Villa can't get there, bounces in front of him. Throw's going to go to third and offline.
A good throw there. Might have had a chance to get that runner attempting to go to third.
So ALA continuing to attack here in the bottom of the fourth. The Eagles have already played at 3 runs, and now they have runners on the corners with just 1 out. Ethan Ward hit an RBI single his last time up. Takes another good swing. Nelson going back, and that's going to get over his head and off the wall. ALA is going to take the lead, 7-6.
Ball was well hit by Ethan Ward. Tough play for the outfielder. Looked like he might have had a chance, but it just drifted past his glove and one bounce off the wall.
It's been an explosion of runs here for the Eagles. Now 4 with 2 more in scoring position. And Carvin's got to find a way to stop the bleeding. Jager Nelson at the plate.
Singled an RBI last time, which was a clutch 2-out hit for ALA in the third.
This one gets away from Vasquez. Runner's going to take off. He'll score.
And the bleeding continues here for Carbon in this inning. Just having a tough job getting outs and not playing as cleanly as they were earlier in the game.
The Eagles have seemingly shaken off the rust of the early goings and really turned it on. 1 run in the second, 2 in the third, and now 5 in the fourth.
And still just 1 out.
The count's now 3-0.
Carbon just looking a little deflated here.
On the ground, infield was in, and that's going to get into the outfield. Another run will come home and score.
Just kind of pushed that ball through the infield in that open spot between first and second baseman. Good piece of hitting there by Jager. Brings up Skylar Hansen. He's tripled and flowed out to right.
Henry's got it. Over to second for 1 and to first. Not in time. They turned that pretty quick.
Yeah, good turn there. Batter's just able to beat the throw at first to prevent the double play.
Carbon finally gets the second out of the inning. And now Zane Thornton, who's already doubled in the inning, will come up.
Count goes to 1-1. Started off the curveball that was outside and then came back with a fastball. Let's see what he does here.
Hard hit ball into left center. That's going to get down for a base hit.
And that's going to score another run here.
Wow, all the way to the wall. And the Eagles continue to strike. St. Thornton has 2 doubles now in the inning.
How's that for an inning for you? 2 doubles in the same inning. Carbon just looking for anything they can do here to get it out and get out of this inning and get back up to bat. ALA has just found their bats here in this inning.
Haywood now digs in. He's also doubled in the inning. Another line drive into center. That's another base hit. Thornton's rounding third. And the throw will not be in time. Back down to second. And they get him.
They do get him there.
So Haywood picks up an RBI single, gets thrown out trying to stretch it to second. But the story here, the Eagles put up a crooked number and strike for 8 runs in the 4th and take an 11-6 lead when we come back.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Digital cable is a classic. But if you're not enjoying more streaming video services, you're missing out. Emory Telecom has the e-fiber internet speeds and reliable Wi-Fi you need for flawless video streaming from all the latest services on all your devices. Whether you want to enhance your streaming options or connect with maximum bandwidth, Emory Telecom's got a sweet plan to make everyone happy. Call or visit emerytelecom.com now to upgrade for just $10 more per month.
To the top of the 5th we go. The Eagles have taken their first lead of the game and lead it 11-6 after an 8-run inning. But Carbon immediately coming back with Wyatt Falk down the left field
Sharply
line.
hit down the line, and it's going to cruise on into second with a stand-up double.
That's a good way to try to fight back.
Exactly, Dale. And after that last inning, you know, you're just hoping you can come back up here and maybe swing that momentum back in your favor. And leading off with the double is a great way to start that off.
These two teams gearing up to play Juan Diego, so they got to get their bats hot to face that team.
They really do.
And now the coaches are going to check on Hawley out and left.
Wonder if he might have got a little injury as he hustled over that ball. I'm not sure if it from the throw or from the run over there.
It looks like they're checking his shoulder, doesn't it? Or his arm? Yeah, they're checking his right arm, so.
Must have, when he made that throw into second, he must have hurt his arm. They are going to make a substitution here.
Oh, you hate to see that. It'll be the sophomore, though, coming in, Alex Corona. Or Alec, rather. Alec Corona.
Coming in to play left field for American Leadership is number 30, Alex Corona.
So, you're thinking Holly's day's done.
Yeah, you really hate to come to the state tournament and have to go out with an injury. And Holly would have been the next batter up the next inning for ALA too. So tough injury for him.
Ridge Nilsson now swinging. And this is going to get down into right center. All the way to the wall it goes. Carbon's going to score a run, and Nilsson's going to have a triple. Stand up.
A great answer here by Carbon, coming back, leading off with a double, followed by a triple. Trying to swing that momentum right back.
We'll see what ALA decides to do. Well, both those balls were hit pretty hard, and that might be it for Cuthill today.
Yeah, quick change there. I think the coach has picked up that Cuthill's gone about as far as he can and going to make the change.
Let's see, big, tall, lengthy pitcher comes in, trying to catch a number.
I think it's 17, is it, or is it 11?
17 would make sense. That's Fenn. Cameron Fenn. Yeah, that's Cameron. Fenn, another sophomore, but he's appeared in 14 games this season. He's got a 5-0 record and a 2.15 ERA.
So who's coming out? It looks like the sub is actually for one of the outfielders, and
well, you can't take out Cuthill from the lineup.
Cuthill will go out to the outfield.
Yeah. We're going to take a break and straighten everything out, and we'll be right back.
At Auto Farm Price Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm has a huge selection of vehicles to choose from at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle is at Auto Farm. If they don't have what you're looking for, they'll find it for you. Find all the great deals and all their inventory online at PriceChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it happen for you.
Have a home improvement project? Don't go over the hill. Stop by Magnuson Lumber in Castledale for the tools and expertise you need. Whether it's a new coat of paint in the living room or building your dream home, Magnuson has the supplies you need to get the job done. Our friendly, well-trained staff will help you with any project, and will deliver to both Emery and Carbon counties. Visit Magnuson Lumber at 495 East Main in Castledale.
And we are back. This is Jacob Vasquez. He fouled off the first pitch. Again, the pitcher is Fenn. And that's going to get in front of the right fielder. Vasquez with another hit. Carbon will score again. 3 hits to start off the 5th. So a good response by the Dinos. And they've now cut it to 3.
The pitcher, number 22,
Now that's a case where you did see the right fielder with the ball hit towards the line, played it conservatively rather than risking trying to dive and make a play. Went ahead and let it bounce, and
not a great bunt from Dallin O'Neill, as Fenn did a great job throwing it over and getting the lead runner at second.
Well, Fenn really charged that ball hard and picked it up real quickly and able to make that quick, decisive throw to second. He did not hesitate at all. Had that bunt been a little, down the line, that'd been a different play.
So now Bo Villa with the bat in his hand. Fouls one off. Back up the middle, and it gets through for a base hit.
And how big is not getting that sacrifice now? Had you moved that runner over, that hit right there could have scored a run.
That's a good point.
But there's still only one out, so Carbon can still rally here.
This is a big spot in the game. You've got Henry up, and if he can find a way aboard, then you go back to the top of the order. And Anderson and Hart have had, and Rich also have all had good days at the plate.
Henry grounded out at second and lined out to center as last time.
In the air. This is playable. Corona's going to make the catch for the second out.
Well, back to the hot hitter, Chet Anderson here. That's a double and a triple today. Clutch spot here with 2 outs and a couple runners on base.
Curveball called strike. If you call time, the umpire will point at you.
He will. If you're the catcher calling time or the batter, he lets everybody know who called time.
Outside, ball 1.
Now 1-1 pitch, maybe a good one to hit here if you're Chet. You're looking for a certain pitch and ready to hit it.
Gets it on a line. Thornton coming in, can't get there. Down for a base hit. Anderson with his second RBI on the day, and he's now 3 for 4. He's a home run away from a cycle.
Again, you're seeing the LA outfielders in this inning play things conservative. Again, that center fielder might have been able to come in and charge that ball and make a play, but again, if you miss it, you got no backup, and
If
that
you
ball
miss
could
it,
run past
the
you.
game's tied.
Yeah.
Anderson's going to score.
Yeah.
He's fast enough.
So all in all, I think the ALA outfielders have made the correct plays in letting those hits fall and not risking the big play.
Hart looked like he was taking on the first pitch, and it's in the dirt. And now ball 2, throw down to second, not in time. So you got V at second, Anderson at first. Anderson represents the tying run. And then Keen Rich is on deck. He's already got a home run to his name today. But there are 2 outs. Called strike 1.
I think that's a good take by the hitter. It's a 2-0 count. It's a hitter's count, but that pitch wasn't quite in his wheelhouse. A little up. Yeah, let it go and see if the umpire calls it. Not a bad take.
He looked like he was taking it until a strike was called. And now it's...
And sometimes that is your strategy, and maybe the coach has told him that, or maybe that's just the batter's philosophy. Take one strike before you swing.
Hitters count 3-1. And that will be ball 4. So Carbon will load the bases up for Keaton Rich. Again, Rich already went deep. He's got a 2-run homer in this game. And this is you talk about a moment out in the backyard as a kid that you're preparing for, and this is it.
Yeah, this is your dream as a kid. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
2 outs.
State tournament, here we go.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Again, a quick called strike by the umpire. He does not hesitate at all.
Second pitch misses high. Tying run in scoring position. And it's now 2-1.
All right, good hitter's pitch here. I think we might see some action right here.
There's nowhere to put him, so Fenn's got to bring it in the zone. And you can feel the tension rising in the ballpark. Fenn takes a step back. And on a line into left, that's going to get down for a base hit. Anderson's going to be sent home. And the Dinos have immediately come back and tied this game. Wow. This has been a seesaw.
Good hitting by Hart there. Knew that was a hitter's count. Knew the pitcher had to bring him something, and delivers the clutch 2 RBI single.
Yeah, Keaton Rich now with 4 RBIs on the day. And Carbon has answered back. Batted around in this inning. Wyatt Falk led things off with a double. And he'll come back up with 2 runners on. So Carbon gave up 8 runs in the bottom of the 4th and have come back with 5 in the 5th to tie it all up at 11.
And Falk really gave him a lift when he led off this inning with a double down the line, and kind of lifted their spirits after that tough half inning before.
Strike 1. If I remember right, he swung on the first pitch, too. That first at bat on the ground and under the glove, and everyone will be safe. So the inning continues.
Could have been an easy flip to second for an out, or a throw to first, and they would have been out of this inning. But back to seeing, the errors have really hurt ALA today. They're just not quite as sharp as they have been.
That's number 6. 6 errors by the Eagles. And now Ridge Nilsson will dig in with the bases loaded on the ground to third, but foul. And that would have been a tough play. Nelson with a lot of speed. I actually think Haywood's best play would have been to tag his base, if that was fair. In the air, Thornton moving to his left, and he'll make the catch. So the air doesn't come back to hurt him, but the Dinos come back score 5 runs in the 5th and tie it all up at 11 as we head to the bottom half here on Championship Saturday.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
We have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local J&. Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Welcome back. We've restarted here for the bottom of the 5th, all tied up at 11. And the Dinos are going to have a new pitcher in Wyatt Falk. The junior comes in. This will be his 9th appearance. He's got a 3-1 record, a 2.71 ERA. But when you look at his strikeout to walk ratio in 21 innings of pitching, he's got 23 strikeouts and 21 walks. So averaging about 1 strikeout and walk per inning. And newly entered into the game is Alec Corona.
He came in for Holly, who was injured when he made the throw in from the outfield. So his first at bat of the day.
That's a strike. 0-2 count. And now bunting with 2 strikes is Corona. Falk trying to field it but can't. Wow, that was a nice bunt.
Gutsy bunt by Corona. He might have felt like the bunt was going to be his best chance, and he really took him by surprise with 2 outs. And a tough play by the pitcher to have to run over there and try and slide and pick it up at the same time.
I would score that a hit if it were me.
I would too.
It was a really nice bunt, especially with 2 strikes. So leadoff man aboard here in the 5th. The batter will be Austin Smalley. It's now 14 hits this game for ALA. First pitch to Smalley in there for a strike. On the ground through the 5-6 hole. That'll get into left field.
Smalley now has a single and a double on today.
And the bottom of the lineup has really come through for ALA. And it continues here in the 5th. So we flip it back over to Braden Johnson. Now, he's hit it to shortstop, up the middle, and up the middle. So we'll see if he
Yeah,
continues.
if you could just put all three of your fielders just kind of the shortstop side of second base, spread them about 10 feet apart, you'd have his gaps covered.
If I'm Anderson, I'm staying pretty close to second here. He's going to bunt, though, and foul it off.
Yeah, no outs, runners first and second. Sometimes that is a good opportunity to bunt, move both those runners into scoring position. I think after missing that on the first pitch, they might just have him swing away now.
He's had good at-bats. Another bunt attempt, high. Runner caught in no man's land, but the throw gets into left field. And that's a mistake.
Yeah, really an unforced error there.
I think there was a play to be made at third, but Henry unable to glove the one hop from Vasquez. And ALA will retake the lead, 12-11. Strike two.
Nice breaking ball, kind of froze the batter. Pitch starts at him and then breaks over.
Foul down the first baseline.
Jammed him on that pitch. Not able to turn on that inside fastball.
On the ground, Hart dives and knocks it down to keep it in the infield.
And again, Braden Johnson hits the ball in that same spot. 3 times they've been knocked down.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to get it into the outfield, but it's now his second infield hit.
Runners first and third. You wonder about them sending that runner down to second. Trying to get them both into scoring position. Long pause by the pitcher here. Eventually the batter calls timeout. Runner is going, the throw is coming down, and he's in there safe.
I think that was a good decision by Hart. I think he could have tried to play the bounce and get the tag, but just decided to keep it in front of him.
You don't want to see another ball getting through the infield and scoring another run.
So Carbon's going to put the infield in now. Cuthill is at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Big swing and a miss.
So if you're on the infield here, you want to catch that ball, look the runners back, get the out at first. Or if the runner's already going home, make the play at home and stop that run.
Check swing, but he went. It looked like Cuthill didn't. He was fooled by that pitch.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. And Falk blows it past him for the first out.
Big strikeout.
That's a Pierce Oil strikeout. The first for Falk today. And now he'll have to face Ethan Ward, who has singled and doubled and drove home 2.
And both his hits have come to right field.
Yeah, O'Neill back in right field. That's a strike. Curveball.
One of those pitchers the batter kind of gives up on because it looks outside, and then that late break brings it across the corner for a strike.
And Hart is going to jump up and make the catch, throw to second, not in time. The infield was in.
Ball looked to be hit just a little bit on the end of the bat and didn't quite have the pop, but a great play by Hart to leap and catch that.
And now there's 2 outs. If Carbon can find a way to get out of this inning, just giving up the 1 run, that would be huge.
That would be a minor victory.
Definitely. Going through the heart of the order here for ALA. This is Jager Nelson. Another curveball in there for a strike. Nelson, another guy that's hit 2 RBIs home, or brought 2 runners home in the last 2 at-bats. Fouls that one back. Falk ahead 0-2.
Falk's done a good job of changing speed, showing a slow pitch, and then coming back fast and getting the hitters behind that second one. Just got to be careful now. You're way ahead in the count. You don't want to throw anything over the heart of the plate. See if you can get the batter to chase something out of the zone.
Curveball. Misses.
That was kind of an in-between pitch. Looked like it was trying to be a curve, but had
on.
pretty good velocity on it too.
One, 2. Came with a fastball there.
Nelson seemed to time that one a little bit better. Still just a hair late.
Maybe he'll try to go outside, get a swing and miss.
Yeah, it'd be a good spot for an outside curveball here.
Nice stop by Vasquez.
It does go outside, but with the fastball.
Well, now it's a 2-2 count. Good at bat by Nelson. Curveball, and it's going to get through into the outfield. 2 more runs will score. Past the diving Hart.
Another clutch hit for Jager Nelson. He's had a couple of those today.
That was just a really good at-bat. Down 0-2 and battled off a couple pitches. Took some balls.
And then he got that curveball, and he didn't try to do too much with it. Just take it up the middle and drive those runs in.
I think Wyatt wanted that to be a little further outside. But it ended up over the heart of the plate, and now ALA leads at 14-11. Back up the middle, but Hart has it this time. He'll tap on second for the out. Jager Nelson comes through with a clutch 2-out, 2 RBI base hit, and the Eagles take a 3-run lead as we head to the 6th here on ETV.
With made-to-go deli items, including its world-famous pizza, locally owned and operated BK Stop and Shop in Huntington serves the community with a smile. BK's has long been a gathering place for locals and travelers alike, offering the most basic of snacks to a delicious plate of shrimp. Fill up your vehicle with at least 10 gallons of Sinclair fuel and get a stamp on BK's frequent fueler card toward a free pizza. BK's also offers a catering service for your company party or town festival. BK's is located at 506 Main Street in Huntington.
The men and women of Nielsen Construction pride themselves in taking care of their customers wherever and whenever they are needed. They provide service in the fields of heavy excavation, road construction, concrete operations, crane operations, welding, and much more. Their trucking division provides coal service hauling for area coal mines, and their fleet of heavy hauling transports provides oversized load transportation for a long list of customers who need material delivered safely and on time. Nielsen Construction is locally owned and a proud supporter of the athletic departments in Carbon, Emery, and Grand County. No matter the size of the project, Nielsen Construction has the experience, equipment, and manpower to get the job done.
To the top of the 6th will go. Jacob Vasquez will be the batter. Cameron Fenn will continue on the mound. And the count now 1-1. So it'll be Vasquez, O'Neill, Villa.
Vasquez singled in his last at bat and drove in a run. It's part of that big Carbon inning.
Carbon scored 5 in the 5th, but ALA came back with 3 more as Vasquez gets into one, into left field. But Corona makes the play.
Initially misjudged by the left fielder, but he was able to recover and make that catch.
And that time playing a little deeper were the outfielders. So they've just guessed right in this game for the most part. Dallin O'Neill now comes up. On the ground to third. Haywood has it, and he'll make the play. 2 quick outs here for ALA in the 6th. So now you've got the 8-hitter Bo Villa, and you always talk about, Chris, how important it is for that 8-hitter to get on base.
Especially in a situation where there's 2 outs. You don't want to ideally start the next inning with your number 9 hitter. You'd rather, worst case, start with your leadoff hitter again. So if that 8-hitter can get on base, even if the 9-hitter gets out, you've set up the next inning better for your team.
And Carbon already trailing 3 runs. We just go to 7 here in high school, so if the Dinos are going to make a comeback, they're going to need the best opportunity possible. Big swing and a miss.
Way out in front on that slow curve pitch there.
Villa down now 1-2. He's 1 for 3 thus far with a single. Outside. The Eagle fans wanted that one. Hear a lot of moans and groans in the stadium. Juan Diego's here, getting ready. And in on a line to left, and Corona will make the play. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Eagles in the 6th. They'll take a 3-run lead with them into the bottom half when we come back.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
When picking the right orthodontist, there are many things to consider. Is it affordable? Are there payment plans? And do they specialize in children orthodontic care? Castle Valley Orthodontics has interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Specializing in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models, Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
So who is it in left field now?
So it'll be Thornton, Haywood, and Corona due up for the Eagles in the 6th.
Thornton has doubled both of his last 2 at-bats and scored.
He's got 2 RBIs. Both of those doubles came in the 4th.
He also got an RBI and a ground out in the 1st, so good day at the plate.
Missed on that outside pitch for strike 1. On the ground, Hart there, over to Nilsson, and he got the foot back on the bag for the out.
Good job by Nelson to be able to catch that ball, and looked like his foot came off momentarily, but he got it back on the base in time.
So now it'll be George Haywood. He had a good 4th inning with a double and a single.
And that pitch just sails over the batter and a little behind him.
Strike 1.
Nice fastball from Falk there. He's got a good live arm. Maybe lacks a little control, but can definitely throw some good pitches.
Now he's ahead 1-2. Fastball in there, strike 3.
Well, Falk looked really good on that at bat there, just mowed him down.
So another Pierce Oil strikeout for Falk. And there's now 2 outs in the inning.
Haywood, after striking out, had a few words for the on-deck batter, Corona, maybe giving him a little clue as to what Falk is throwing and how to pick it up.
Curveball missed. Falk gets a high pop-up. Vasquez is tracking it, and he'll make the catch. 1-2-3 inning for ALA, or for Carbon rather, as the Eagles go down in order. We'll head to the 7th. The Dinos need 3 to extend forward to take the lead when we come back.
Pain doesn't have to slow you down. Ditch the drugs and nasty side effects that go with them. There's a fast, safe, and proven effective non-drug option for pain relief.
AlphaSim is a handheld medical device that's FDA cleared that allows us to treat your pain, but it also allows us to treat your brain for anxiety, insomnia, and depression. It's easy to use at home and works immediately. There's no lasting side effects and no risk of addiction.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back. To the top of the 7th we go. Carbon trailing by 3. And they're going to have a pinch hitter. James Castro will come up to the plate and take his first cuts. First pitch from Fenn misses. Ball 1. It'll be Castro, Anderson, Hart. The winner moves on to the championship game and will face Juan Diego right after this one. Outside ball 2. And now ball 3. Good hitter's count for Castro. And that'll miss. And the leadoff man aboard. Not the way ALA wanted to start off the inning. As we'll now flip over the batting order, and Anderson will come up to the plate. Anderson's a home run shy of a cycle. He's singled, doubled, and tripled. He's also drove in 2. Probably not looking for a big power swing, down by 3. Probably just looking to make contact here. Fenn's going to remain in the game for the Eagles.
Well, Chet's had a hot bat today. Carbon really wants him to keep it going here. And again, down 3, you know, you don't need big hits here. You just need to string some hits together.
That pitch called strike on the outside corner. On the ground, up the middle, could be 2. On second for 1, and ball pops out at first.
Shortstop, number 8, Rylan Hart.
So now Rylan Hart will come up with a runner on and 1 out. And that is outside.
Hart has singled, hit by pitch, and walked today. And showing some good patience here in this at bat.
It's inside, ball 3.
Looks like he's kind of in that mode of take a strike before you swing and work
he's-
that count 3-0.
He's really not setting up for the pitch. He's just watching it in. Called strike. Went in the glove, and Hart immediately looked back. What are you going to call?
All right, 3-1. Let's see if he's got ready to swing on this pitch. He does.
Turns on it into left
A
field.
little misplayed.
And it gets over the left fielder's head. And it's just going to be a really long single. Anderson looked like he was tagging.
Yeah, interesting by the runner on first there to tag in case that is caught. It was deep enough he could go, but really your best play is to go about halfway. And that way, if it's not caught, you can get to third.
Well, if you're down by 1, it would make sense because you're trying to get into scoring position with 2 outs, or with potentially 2 outs. But yeah, that didn't make sense down by 3.
So it turns into a long single for Hart.
Rich now represents the tying run. He went deep back in the 3rd. But Fenn's having a hard time finding the strike zone in this inning.
And it looks to me like the Carbon hitters are coming up there and saying, hey, we're not going to swing till you throw a strike. So definitely forcing him to make pitches. And
so what's the approach? I mean, obviously Carbon's showing some patience, but you're Keaton Rich. You've got a 2-0 count coming up. You know you have the power to get it over and tie this game with 1 swing. But you also, you know, you can't get an out. You got to keep going through the lineup.
yeah, I think the strategy is working for them. Now maybe with the new pitcher, they'll change a little bit. But again, with the new pitcher, you might want to see a few pitches before you swing just to kind of get a feel for how that ball looks coming out of his hand, how it moves, what the speed is. And where you're already, 2 balls, no strikes, you can afford to take a few pitches to get that look at the pitcher.
Yeah, Eagles skipper didn't like what he was seeing, so he will go with a change, and haven't seen the number yet for the new pitcher. I haven't made a PA announcement either.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought it, might have been number 5.
Fleener. Number 9.
Number 9.
Oh, Cuthill's come back in. So Cuthill started the game, and now he's going to be called on with a 2-0 count to finish it. Wow, this is interesting. Now Cuthill gave up the 2-run homer to Rich earlier, did he not? Back in the 3rd?
I think you're right.
I think he did.
In the 3rd inning.
So now 3-0's the count. And it'll be a walk.
And a walk puts the tying run on base.
The base is full of Dinos, just 1 out. Wyatt Falk, the batter. He's had a little bit of luck of the Irish with him. He's got reached on 2 errors and also has a double down the left field line. First pitch inside for ball 1.
And again, maybe that strategy is to stand in there and wait till you see a strike before you swing.
Now I know Cuthill is their ace, but they took him out because Carbon started to hit him. So it's kind of interesting to put him back in a few
maybe
innings
you figure
later.
with a little bit of rest, his arm will bounce back.
Into right center.
That's in the gap, possibly.
Oh, the catch is made. That looked like it was going to drop. Chet even had to go back and tag.
And the runner failed to tag. This is 2 running mistakes in this inning by the same base runner.
I think we all thought it was going to get down easily. But yeah, at third, there's no reason not to tag.
Runner on third, you got to tag. If he misses it, you're going to score easy. If he catches it, you can tag and score.
So now Carbon down to its final out. And we've got another hurt Eagle in the outfield. I'm wondering if...
Playing all those games yesterday, back-to-back, and not having a lot of rest is finally causing some effects.
So the batter's going to be Ridge Nilsson. He hit a triple his last time up. Is that? Oh, well, the time before that. So he's 1 for 3.
Ground out, walk, triple, and a fly out to center. But again, big spot here, you know. If you could hit one in the gap and clear these bases and tie the game.
There's a lot of speed on the bases. Your center fielder's at first. So you're right, anything in the gap would probably tie the game. With 2 outs especially, because the runners will be moving. First pitch, called strike. And for a guy that's been pretty quick, he might have hesitated there a bit.
Yeah. Well, it all comes down to this at bat here for Carbon. Can they keep this game going?
Up the middle, and this will do it. Johnson grabs it and taps on second, and ALA will advance to the championship game. They overcome the Dinos 14-11. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Digital cable is a classic. But if you're not enjoying more streaming video services, you're missing out. Emory Telecom has the eFiber internet speeds and reliable Wi-Fi you need for flawless video streaming from all the latest services on all your devices. Whether you want to enhance your streaming options or connect with maximum bandwidth, Emory Telecom's got a sweet plan to make everyone happy. Call or visit emerytelecom.com now to upgrade for just $10 more per month.
At Auto Farm Price Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm has a huge selection of vehicles to choose from at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle is at Auto Farm. If they don't have what you're looking for, they'll find it for you. Find all the great deals and all their inventory online at PriceChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it happen for you.
Have a home improvement project? Don't go over the hill. Stop by Magnuson Lumber in Castledale for the tools and expertise you need. Whether it's a new coat of paint in the living room or building your dream home, Magnuson has the supplies you need to get the job done. Our friendly, well-trained staff will help you with any project, and we'll deliver to both Emory and Carbon counties. Visit Magnuson Lumber at 495 East Main in Castledale.
And we welcome you back inside the Castle Valley Orthodontics post-game show. Once again, ALA takes this one 14-11 over the Carbon Dinos and punches their ticket to the championship game. And we'll face Juan Diego right after this. But before we get to that one, this was a crazy game. And talking about runs scored, back and forth. Carbon looked in control through the first several innings, and then ALA has a big 8-run inning in the fourth, and just kind of held on with the momentum after that.
Yeah, that fourth inning was just huge for LA. Bo Villa started pitching for Carbon and looked really good through 3 innings and struggled a little bit there in the fourth, and they made the pitching change, and ALA had just at that point gotten the momentum and just strung together hit after hit and was able to have a big inning.
Yeah, I mean, you give up 8 runs in an inning, and that's hard, but the Dinos came back, scored 5 in the 5th to tie it all up. but in the end just didn't have enough to overcome ALA, whose bats remained hot, and they'll need those bats as we head to the next game. But just a great game from both these two teams. You can tell why these two teams lasted until championship Saturday.
Yeah, great job by both teams to be here and have the opportunity to play on this field and in the state championship, trying to get into the championship game. So hard-fought game, and congratulations to ALA for hanging in there and winning their third game in the last 2 days.
Yeah, so before we go, we are going to go to the Tram Electric player of the game for the Dinos. And we talked it over, and we got to give it to Keaton Rich, who had that big 2-run home run, ended the afternoon. Sorry, we're still in the morning. Ended the morning with 4 RBIs.
Yeah, Keaton Rich had a great moment there to hit that hard line drive to left field over the fence for a 2-run homer, and just going to be a great memory for him in this park and do that. So congratulations, Keaton Rich.
Yeah, so we'll tip our cap to the Dinos as they leave the ball field and gear up for the championship game here between ALA and Juan Diego. Stick around, we'll have more baseball, 3A baseball action for you in just a moment.